Hello, hello. If you would like to join me for a flip through of my 2022 planner up until November, then stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so I thought I would do a flip through of my 2022 planner, what I have used for the entire year. You can see that this girl is a bit chunky, and if you know me, you know that I am very big into B6 size. That's like my jam. My absolute favorite size. Bound books in B6 is where it is at for me. I do use A6s as well. I just kind of like that slightly more square form factor. And if I were to use a rings, I probably would end up using a personal wide because I would get that same feel out of a personal wide as I get out of my B6. So I thought I would just kind of do natural lighting so that you guys can see this color. This cover is a Vanderspec, and this is the color Alezan or Alezan. I'm not sure exactly how you say it. I am always saying things wrong, but that's okay. And it is a really nice kind of, I would say it's similar to a taupe with slightly more brownish gray tones. Now I'm going to turn my light on and let's see how much it changes. So it does change a little bit. I'm just trying to make it a little bit bright. I guess I can't make it brighter. I can make it darker. There we go. So that's fairly close to being true to color. So I did widen this one to be a similar size as the Gilio, and the reason why I did that was because I knew that this bound book was going to get thick over time. And so I don't tend to like Vanderspec's Codex B6 like their standard size. It ends up being just too small for me. And then I also end up having issues with like the pen loops, the book kind of coming into the pen loops. So as you can see, this one, once it's gotten fat, and once, I should just say, with it being fat, it kind of like pushes the book a little bit. And so the pen loop actually ends up landing kind of perfectly there. So it really, for me, is the best size, and I will put in the description the exact measurements for anybody that was interested. So for 2022, I used the Aura Estelle, and I haven't changed any of my stuff on the inside, except I've put a few little things in here. So I think in a past flip video, you saw this stuff in my lavender. I'm not sure if I've done one with this particular one. And then I do actually have some of these little mini stencils, and this is from Microwave Craft, and I purchased this with my own money. I know some people got them for free, but I'm just not special enough, so I bought mine. But I just thought this was a great idea for me to always have a stencil on hand, and this particular one does the full alphabet, if I can speak. And I do actually have the ones with the numbers as well. I just don't have it in here because generally I use the letters more than the numbers, and I just don't want to bulk my planner up for those types of things. So Then I have just a picture of me and my son, and I think there's a picture of all my boys on the back. And this is a little pressed flower thing that I made myself, and that was super fun. I really enjoyed that. And I'm actually going, let me just shut this off and see if lighting wise that's gonna be much better to actually see what's going on here. Once I zoom in, we should be able to see okay. So really haven't changed a whole ton from the start. So with this Aura Estelle, it's a B6 undated. So I messed up my months. I don't know how I did that. Somehow I must have had pages like sticking together when I did my September, and then I literally ended up September is where December is supposed to be. So I had to go back and put October here, November here, and December here. So it's gonna go October, November, December, September. So yeah, that's super cool. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just changing this over since it is actually now November. But so I keep my monthly spreads pretty minimal. As you can see, I usually just add a couple of the sterling ink stickers. I really do enjoy her monthly subscription, and it's one of the only ones that I've kept. So so yeah, I have her monthly sticker subscription, and that is for October. And then November, her stuff wasn't like both November and December. They're absolutely gorgeous, but they're not like really what I like. I really do like to decorate my planners for November and December. I don't really do a whole lot for October. But I really do enjoy having like a Thanksgiving theme for November and a Christmas theme for December. So I just kind of pulled from my own sticker stash, and then I did just put her November sticker there. So pretty simple. And I did use some of her past numbers. I like these ones because I can see them well. The ones that are scripts, I can't see very well, and so it just makes it hard when I lay them down. And I'll give an example. Like, so sometimes I'll just write them in because I get kind of frustrated that I can't see them. Like these ones here are really hard for me to decipher what in the world that number is. Even my camera won't pick it up. Come on, camera. Yeah. So it's hard to really read these. And yeah, so I don't really like those ones. They tend to just kind of sit because I prefer the ones like this where they're more of like a typographic, you know, just like a typewriter type number, and so they're much easier for my old eyes to pick up on. So that is the monthlies. So I really just kind of kept doing pretty much the same thing the entire year. It just seemed to work for me, and so I just stuck with it. So basically in the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna bulk this planner up. I'm just gonna use whatever, whether it was fountain pens or regular pens or what have you. I'm just gonna use that, and that's it. And then let's see, how long did I last? I made it through January, and I think that's it. Maybe February. Let's see. January. No, I made it through January, and the first week of February I started laying down stickers. So I was using the beginning of the weekly. So she has basically boxes at the beginning of the week, and then there's just this big box. I was kind of using this to plot out a dinner plan and plot out like to-dos for the entire week, but that did kind of fall off because I really started using my weeks as my overview planner for the week, and I would just kind of pull that out and go back to that. So honestly, this page here just kind of ended up being blank on a lot of different things. So basically, I was just using these columns in the daily for a to-do list. Sometimes I would have like a to-do list for cleaning, and then I would do a log, and then just like different bits at the bottom, whether it was something I was tracking or a health log or what have you. So I've kind of stuck with that, as you can see, and I've used like various forms of stickers. I want to say I had gotten some of Sterling Inks, but for the most part I didn't have her sub kit until maybe April? No, March or April. I think it was April. So then, and I mean, you can see that sometimes days just fall off and I really just am too busy to plan or put anything in there. So I really have just kind of kept to that theme. So it's been kind of boring sometimes. I write more. My logs tend to be events that I need to remember so that I can like use them in different journaling type things. So, you know, they're not usually like super in depth, but some of them might just be different things that I needed to remember. So, and then like canning 6 quarts of carrots, like I want that in there so that I can reference that next year. I can be like, oh, okay, so I was canning carrots by August, and you know, those types of things are just helpful to me. And yeah, so I'm just kind of trying to run ahead because, oh, and then sometimes also like when things arrive, I will write that down as well, because I do have, so like right now I have quite a stack actually. I have this stack of things, that's not it, but I have this stack of papers for different things that came in that I need to put into. I have kind of just like a little book that I use to sort of journal, not really journal, but log out the different things that I've purchased. And so I have that I need to put in there. So I do write when things came in here so that I can do that in there with no problem later. So, and then like same thing here, I wrote about getting a frost and how it ended up killing a number of our vegetables. So yeah, just kind of like different logs and different things. And then sometimes I'll put like brainstorming stickers. So this is a separate video I'm going to be doing with you guys on, I need to set up a separate health planner. And I was really, I don't want to like get into it a ton because it's its own separate video, but I was just kind of debating on what I was gonna do, if I thought I could fit it in here or if I couldn't, what I was gonna do. So I was just kind of brainstorming some of that out onto different things. And so then I will, again, I'm tracking and then just kind of, you know, writing things. This particular planner has very, very few pages extra in the back. like, so I do use one for car maintenance, but this is literally it. These are all the pages right here. So there's like, I don't know, less than 10. And if I really tried, I'd fill that up really fast. So I have not bothered using those because that's just not convenient for me. But anyway, and so that kind of will segue into another separate video that I plan on doing. Hopefully this week I will be able to film the video. I'm waiting for the planner that I do plan on using for 2023, and so a little bit of heads up, it is not going to be the Aura Estelle. So as much as I did enjoy this one, there were things that I didn't enjoy about it, and not having those extra pages in the back was definitely one of them. And even I thought I was gonna really enjoy having the undated for the monthly in case I dropped off planning for a whole month, but I never did this whole entire year, and then I messed up a month. So I definitely would prefer to not need to bulk it up with stickers and such for the monthly, and so I'm going with one that is predated for the monthly. And yeah, so we'll obviously discuss that when it gets here, but that is how I used this particular planner. Like I said, it does have a day per page. So, and I mean, I'm not putting loads in here, as you can see. So, I mean, I don't really probably need a whole entire page for a day. I probably could easily get away with a half a page per day, which again, I will discuss that. This one made it really hard to try to do that because of the week. It's not like I could use the weekly and then you have all these pages, you know, like you're kind of constrained to the 7 days. And in some ways I like it, in some ways I don't. So I really just decided to try something different. And so yeah, when that comes, I'm gonna do like a full planner 2023 lineup for you guys to see absolutely everything that I plan on using for 2023. And yeah, so I mean, kind of a pretty simple, somewhat lame flip through, but as you can see, for the first time in a long time, I really have found what works for me. So definitely recommend, if you guys haven't seen it, to check out my video on how to find planner contentment. It's certainly not a complete guide in figuring out what you want to use for a planner, but I kind of go through some points that I think might help you in coming to a decision on what could and couldn't work. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.